Welcome to the KD Report. This week, the Democratic chorus continues to ask that Congressman Devin Nunes, the House Intelligence Committee chairman, to be removed from ongoing investigations into President Trump. The tweet that set off a firestorm in the media and intel community alike reads, quote, "Terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism." However, Congressman Adam Schiff, a Democrat and ranking member of the House Intel Committee, told CBS,
Well, it all depends. There are perfectly appropriate circumstances to unmask the names of people. In fact, that's done quite often, and the standard is whether the unmasking of those names is necessary to determine the significance of the intelligence. So unmasking is not at all unusual. The question is, was it done appropriately? And here the problem, John, is that none of us have seen what the chairman is talking about.
But Congressman Trey Gowdy, who worked on the Benghazi Special Committee, said,
"My understanding is Chairman Nunes briefed the commander-in-chief on matters unrelated to the Russia investigation. So if that's a big deal in Washington, then we've sunk to a new low."
Well, I guess Congressman Schiff would say, but the president is the one that's a part of this investigation being done by the committee, so that the chairman shouldn't be talking to him.
Well, then let me repeat what I said. The chairman of House Intel briefed the commander-in-chief on something that has nothing to do with the Russia investigation. So if the commander-in-chief cannot be briefed by the chairperson of the House Intel Committee on a matter that has nothing to do with the FBI investigation, then I don't know what they can talk about, John.
Right.
In his defense, Congressman Nunes told Fox News,
"So we're also investigating leaks as it relates to Russia. Now, as you know, just recently last week I found out that there was additional information that came forward to me that had nothing to do with Russia, but has everything to do with whether or not Americans were masked properly or, in fact, unmasked. And I'm very concerned about that.
By surveillance, and Trump people were involved. But here's what happened, in my opinion. You went to the White House to look at these documents, at least on White House grounds. All right, and then all the people who don't like you and the conspiracy people say, "Oh, Trump gave it to him because he went to the White House to look at it." And the optics, as they say, were not good. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So look, we go to the executive branch at least once or twice a week. This is not unusual because there are intelligence products that we don't have access to in the House of Representatives, but we do have the clearances to see them. So we've known about this long before Trump actually sent his famous tweet out about the wiretapping at Trump Tower. We've known that there was additional unmasking of Americans' names. We had sources that had provided us that information. And so what I had to do is I needed a place that I could actually go and find this information and review it.
And see it.
And so sneaking around, I walked onto the ground, said hi to people. Did not go to the West Wing, did not talk to the president. And then what I reviewed, and when I found out that it had nothing to do with Russia, okay, that's the key here, is that nothing to do with Russia.
It's another surveillance deal that we the people need to know about. Now, final question.
As for the calls for his recusal, the chairman said,
"Yeah, well, I'm sure that the Democrats do want me to quit because they know that I'm quite effective at getting to the bottom."
All right, well, let's hope so.
So, is this just a far-fetched political game? Or could the intel community be overstepping? Here's what Democrat Minority Chairman Chuck Schumer told President Trump.
On the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
For more information on this story and others, please visit thekdreport.com. And remember, news is more than a soundbite.